Welcome to Twin Talks. I'm Nadia.
And I'm Nikki.
And today's episode, we are interviewing Ms. Tonya Pomerantz, author of Sex, Self-Esteem, and Sheer Stupidity, Surviving Your 20s and Beyond. Fabulous nonfiction book, and it was all about Tonya. So, Tonya.
Hello.
I read your book. It was fantastic. So tell me, how long did it take you to write?
30 years.
30
years.
30.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a tell-all. She held no prisoners. She showed her vulnerability, and it was about her life living through her 20s and the twists and turns that you go through when you're dating and the stuff that we do to be accepted. It was brilliant. And the best part, she's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, and she used the theme of some of his songs as a theme throughout the novel. Tell us more about your obsession with Mr. Springsteen.
How'd that even start?
Yes.
Well, I call it it's a one-sided love affair.
Okay.
And it started when I was 14, and Dancing in the Dark came around, and I really liked the way that he said, "Want to change my clothes, my hair, my face."
Yeah.
Because at that point, pretty much how I was feeling. And then my sister got or had the River album.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard Drive All Night when he said, I would drive all night just to buy you some shoes and to taste your tender charms. Mm-hmm. I was just like,
This is it.
this is it. I want to find somebody who would love me this much. Although I don't like shoes,
Yes.
but if they would want to buy, I'm sorry, but if they'd want to buy, ice cream,
Yep.
then I'd be on board.
Look at this
These
beautiful
Yeah.
It's your three things, right? Bruce Springsteen,
ice cream.
Ice cream and dogs.
and dogs.
Yes. So tell us about the chapters, how you came up with the chapters.
Oof.
She used the songs of Bruce Springsteen and made them into chapters and intertwined it in her life. It was absolutely brilliant. Tell us more about that.
Thank you. That was one of the reasons that it took so long to do, because I thought that I could just quote. And then I learned, no, you can't quote more than, I think, 9 words. And then you have to get, permission and all of this. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, what can I do? Because it was September, and I had, everything had been started, and I was really, really panicking, very much freaking out. And I thought, you know what? So I can't quote it exactly, but I can talk about it.
Correct, yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what I did. I just said, this particular song made me, this is why it kind of related to this particular chapter.
You said it took about 30 years
Yeah.
in the making, and that makes sense. But what really took so long? Like, is it just life that took over and then you get back to it? Or were you just looking for the inspiration?
There's a variety of things.
Okay.
First of all, my family didn't want to be part of it.
Okay.
And so I had to figure out, well, what can I do to write about the stuff without involving them? So that took a while. Then life.
Yep. Okay.
And then I was just terrified.
What were you afraid of? I'm just curious.
Everything is out there. And it can be a really unpleasant world. Actually, after it went out, I was like, uh-oh.
What do you actually think would happen?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
You feel like people would judge?
oh, well, we are in a very judgy world. But I often say if somebody says, oh, I read it, I'm like, well, I hope you like me by the end of it. Because you really get to see all the things I did and felt and thought. But I have to say that I'm glad that I did all of that work to get to this point in life, because I understand what it's like to live an authentic life and not just, authenticity like a buzzword. No.
Truth.
Living by your values, what's important to you, figuring that out, and then living your life according to that. Because honestly, I have attracted so many wonderful people, so many wonderful women into my life, such as the International Women's Day when we met.
That's it.
But isn't that the part where I think you can speak to many women, many people in that, you know, when you're looking, whether it's writing a book or putting out music or just putting anything out, you know, even something like Twin Talk,
Yes.
you know, regardless of two people you see it, it's a certain level of vulnerability that makes it hard. But once you cross over the threshold, how liberating is that?
And the other thing is, some of the boyfriends that you've spoken about,
Yes.
you never name names, but
No.
have any of them reached out to you or gotten upset with you or anything like that?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't
Because
think
it was-
anybody's really read it, so that's okay. That's okay.
Because it was very real, but that's what was so brilliant. Like, I literally couldn't put it down because I know that a lot of women or men have experienced exactly what you felt when you're feeling a certain way, when you're a teenager, or you might be in a phase where you may not be as attracted as you like, and you're trying to fit in. It was very real, and I thought you did a magnificent job. Now, there was a part where you were at university. I won't say the name of the university, but you wrote an essay with the theme with Bruce Springsteen. Can you talk more about that?
Sure.
Because didn't you win an award for it, or the prof actually
Acknowledged it.
acknowledged
Yeah, he
it?
did. He
Yes.
did.
So tell me about that.
For my sociology anthropology class, we had to take a song and discuss the norms and values and mores and stuff. And I knew it was going to be a Springsteen song. I was debating about, did I want to do Thunder Road or do I want to do Born to Run? So I chose Born to Run, and I just let everything come out. And then, you know, we were sitting there in class, you know, these 300 people
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
And he was reading, all of a sudden he was reading on stage, and I'm like, oh my God, he's reading my
Should have asked
assignment.
permission. Anyway.
Oh no, I wasn't there. I was all like, is this what you shouldn't do? Like
Okay.
that's how little self-esteem that I had. And then afterwards he came over and he said, this is 100%. He said, I've shown it to some fourth year colleagues, and this is publishable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, I had no idea what publishable meant, you know, in that world. And the joke that I make is that, you know, it went downhill after that.
What do you mean?
My grades.
My grades, okay. You peaked
the
early.
love affair, yes, I did. The love affair with Springsteen just kept going.
And it's still there. But
Oh, yeah.
you know what? This book is magnificent. And if you have not read it, again, it's called Sex, Self-Esteem, and Sheer Stupidity, Surviving Your 20s and Beyond. If you haven't read it, anybody can relate to it. Tell us how you get it.
You can go to Amazon and get it.
Can you get an ebook like
Oh yeah, it's on
Okay.
Kindle and stuff,
All right.
yeah.
So I highly recommend it. I couldn't put it down. I commend you for
Thank
having
you.
the
Brilliant.
courage.
Yeah,
It was
thank you, ladies.
brilliantly done. So
Thank you.
And aren't you happy you fought through the stress of it
and the fear.
and the fear? Because look at the magnificent end
Thank you.
result.
And remember, a lot of people haven't written a book, and the fact that you have and you've done it, that's all that matters. And it doesn't matter if it's one person who reads it or millions. You made the accomplishment, and that's what people need to remember.
not about
It's
it.
not always about the money, it's about what you want to do with your life. And if one person can read it and relate, then you've done your job, and you've done your job.
You've done your job.
You've done a
Thank you very
great
much.
job.
You've got your legacy, the Tonya Pomerantz legacy.
Tonya Pomerantz. Pick this up, you will love it. So if you like this on Twin Talks, what do we do, Nick?
You like us and hopefully subscribe on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
All right.
See you next time on Twin Talks.
Booyah!
See you next time on Twin Talks.
I didn't mean to do that again. That was, yeah.
But we'll go this.
We'll go like that.
I'm not athletic, you know that.
Then we'll just do this, and then Nadi will lead it.
Okay, ready?
I really like it, and another reason that I wanted to create it and use the Playground Project as a platform to help people feel like they belong.